Hello humans, I'm TheAlienDoctor, but you could call me Alien, and welcome back to another video here showcasing, yet again, the latest Minecraft Bedrock Edition beta. Today we're going to be taking a look at beta 1.17.20.23. The first thing I have to say about this beta is no new 1.18 features have been added. These are all bug fixes and tweaks to mechanics that already exist inside of Bedrock Edition 1.17. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could also like the video, because that would greatly help out the video. These videos don't do as well when it doesn't include 1.18 content, because there's no content to include. So I would greatly appreciate it if you could like the video. But other than that, let's get on to all of the features and bug fixes and all the other stuff that's changed in this beta. So the first change is a bug fix to do with both large chests and beds. And it's basically where one area of the bed or the large chest is lighter than the other. What it meant is basically the head of the bed was lighter. There'll be some footage on screen right now of this bug. And then there was also a lighting bug with the large chest. However, it does not give very much detail about the details of this lighting bug for large chests, and the bug tracker link just goes to the same bug tracker as what the bed bug does. Therefore, I have no details on what has actually changed with the large chest, other than something to do with its brightness. I'll just read you what it says on the changelog. It just says fix large chest display so the brightest end of the chest is chosen. However, I cannot see, really what that means, but there was basically a bug to do with the brightness of large chests and beds, which have now been fixed. So the next change is to do with projectile items. So that's things like eggs and snowballs. And basically, the further away they get from the player, they will still continue to, fly smoothly. Whereas before they kind of stutter a bit more. Now they are, as you can see, just being normal. So basically, in previous versions, when you would throw projectiles, and it does also work for arrows, but arrows travel really fast, so it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, in previous betas or full releases, when you throw snowballs, eggs, or arrows, or any other projectile that I may have forgotten, when it would get further away into the distance, it would start to stutter a lot more and just generally be a lot more laggy. Now this bug has been fixed, and as you can see, they are all going into the distance very, very smoothly without any issues at all. So now strong, long, splash and lingering potions can be manually placed into a brewing stand. So as you can see, we can put all of these potions into a brewing stand. We've obviously got the lingering here. This is a strong potion. Then this is a long potion. And then obviously this is a splash potion. These can all be manually placed into the brewing stand now. I believe in previous betas or versions, you'd actually have to use a hopper to put them into the brewing stand. Whereas now you can just manually put them into the brewing stand without any issues. So the next change is now Undead Mobs. What? That's a horse. We did not want the horse. No. So the next change is Undead Mobs stood next to Powdered. Are you kidding me? The one that I summon in now has armor. What? Undead mobs that are stood next to powdered snow will now not burn. So as you can see there, that zombie was stood next to the powdered snow and he is burning. Obviously, if he goes through it, then he will stop burning. How he then decided to walk out to the other side. The other thing I'm noticing is as they're walking through it on fire, the powdered snow seems to be melting, which I don't know if that's intentional or not. And obviously, skeletons are another undead mob. And as you can see there, they still burn when they're stood next to powdered snow. Obviously, they don't burn if they're walking through powdered snow, though. And then the other thing is that if a mob has powdered snow above them, then they also won't burn. As you can see here, we've got that skeleton and we've got the zombie. And yeah, basically, they won't burn if they're below powdered snow now. So the next bug fix is a bug that has been on Bedrock Edition for a very long time. And it's actually been kind of quite a useful bug. However, basically, Shulkers are no longer going to spawn twice. So as you can see, if we kill this Shulker, only one was actually in that spot. There used to be a bug until this beta where basically more than one Shulker could spawn in a spot. So, for example, there could be up to 3 Shulkers here before. Like I've had it where there's been triple shulker spawns, which means you'd effectively get triple the amount of shulker shells that you would normally get because there'd be triple the amount of shulkers. However, as you can see, if we kill all of these guys, there is only one shulker in each spot now, which is how it's meant to be and how it is on Java. Of course, this was a bug. However, it was also a very, very useful bug. And I'm kind of slightly sad that it's gone, but anyway. So a very useful bug has been fixed where lightning strikes will no longer strike mobs that are under blocks. So as you can see, this villager is under a block, and if we strike it, as you can see, it takes 0 damage, meaning our villagers are now safe, finally. So even if we put a block above their head, lightning will no longer strike them, meaning we can actually have our villagers safe and that sort of thing, and obviously that applies to all other mobs as well. I'm just using villagers as an example. So the Spore Blossom now no longer has a randomly offset hitbox. However, in my opinion, it is still a little bit high as an item in the inventory. It's a bit like high up, and then when you click on it, as you can see, my cursor is kind of not really actually touching the item, it's below it. So that's kind of slightly related to this bug. But yeah, basically the bug has been fixed now to do with the item's hitbox. So Spore Blossom no longer has a random hitbox or a randomly offset hitbox. And I also believe it is now in line with Java Edition in that it now has the same size hitbox. So obviously on Bedrock Edition, you can fill cauldrons up with potions. So as you can see, I've just filled up this cauldron with potions. Now, in previous versions, dripstones dripping into cauldrons would actually fill up the potion. So if we just get some water, and I believe I've done this right. Yeah, there we go. So if we were to take out, you know, some of the poison from this cauldron, the water dripping down from the dripstone would actually fill it up. I believe maybe it has to be 2 tall ones. But yeah, basically, in previous versions, this would actually fill up the potion, whereas now the potion is obviously not being filled up. Nothing's really happening to it at all. But yeah, in previous versions, if you take out some of the potion, then dripstone would actually fill it back up, despite the fact it's meant to be filled with water, which basically meant we could have infinite potions, which is so, it's probably a good thing that this has now been fixed. However, it is still in the latest version, so if you do want to use it, then you better get stocking up. And last but not least, an issue has been fixed with both slime and honey blocks, where the slowdown effect to players when the player walks over the slime or honey block is now correctly applied. So as you can see, if we walk over the slime, it is pretty slow, and then that is also the same with the honey as well. And yeah, in previous versions, you would go faster than you were meant to. However, it has now been fixed correctly. And that is actually going to be it for this video. The full changelog is in the description down below. However, to be honest, I've covered all of the interesting things that you kind of need to know. There are a couple of other things like updates to the game test framework. However, basically, they're not important for most of the average players, which is why I have not covered them. So other than that, thank you ever so much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe to join the Alien Empire today. I'll see you in the next video coming very soon. Bye!